This home makeover is pretty exciting. We are going to take this 23 square meter old Shanghai walk-up and make it feel like a 100 square meter home. The home in this episode is a classic tiny snail house. Both floors together are only 23 square meters. Living inside is a couple with the cutest height difference. Xiaosu, the 4'7" closet princess, and her soon-to-be official 5'11" boyfriend Xiaohao. It is not that the young couple never had a chance to live somewhere bigger. 2 years ago Xiaohao got an affordable housing unit as their future wedding home, but later his parents' business failed, and they had to sell their own home to pay off debt. After his parents had nowhere to live, he gave the wedding home to them, and moved into his girlfriend Xiao's 23 square meter tiny home. When the only 80-year-old designer Shi Nanxiao came to inspect the home, he was exhausted the moment he walked in. The tiny living room was packed with the couple's hundreds of figurines, 2 gaming zones, and piles of bottles, jars, bags and bundles. Every corner was stuffed full. The clutter left no space for even a bed, so they had to sleep on the floor every day. 23 square meters might be smaller than your living room. The home is on the top floor and comes with a small loft. The highest point in the whole home is 5.4 meters, and the lowest point is only 3.1 meters. The 13 square meter living room on the first floor works harder than you do pretending to be busy at work. It combines the living room, dining room, bedroom, gym and gaming room into one. It is truly doing the most, compared with the messy living room. The kitchen looks much more organized. On a countertop smaller than 1 square meter, they somehow divided out a prep area and washing area, a chopping area and a cooking area. All the pots, pans, bowls and utensils nearby, along with the oil, salt, sauces and vinegar were neatly stored. The kitchen is stay-at-home husband Xiaohao's battlefield. At 5'11" he has to cook while bending over awkwardly, otherwise the range hood will give his head a solid bump. Behind the kitchen is a bathroom smaller than 1 square meter, and this one is even more impressive. Within 1 square meter, it fits the sink, toilet and shower areas all together. The space efficiency left Shi Nanxiao completely stunned. After viewing the first floor, it was time to climb the brave little staircase. There is a small loft above the living room, and upstairs is a bedroom. A skylight was added above for natural light. Deeper inside the loft is a storage room. This was Xiao's childhood room. When she was little, her parents slept outside, and she slept inside. Back then the tiny little her could always find joy in the cramped space. The skylight was her little island. When she felt down, she would climb up a ladder and zone out while listening to music. The highest step was the tower of her castle. She often sat there to read. Whenever the ceiling fan started spinning, it felt like a breeze blowing through a valley. After checking every corner, Shi Nanxiao's battery was already more than half drained. As the old saying goes, every gain comes with a loss. Our old baby may have used up a lot of energy, but he also received plenty of requests from the young couple. A big bedroom, a big living room and a big kitchen. They also wanted an office area, housekeeping area, storage area and leisure area. Old baby thought their requests were extremely reasonable. They just had absolutely nothing to do with this 23 square meter home. But treating Shi Nanxiao like a wish-granting turtle actually works. After all, he has never lost when it comes to small space makeovers. For a tiny home renovation like this, along with the height difference between the two owners, most of the furniture would need to be custom made. Before construction began, Shi Nanxiao invited Xiaosu and Xiaohao to his studio to measure and record their standing height, seated height, reach height and other daily living data, so he could customize personal spaces for them. Then came Shi Nanxiao's space magic show. He redistributed the ceiling heights, carved out an entryway, expanded the kitchen and opened up the loft. The living room ceiling height was lowered from 2.9 meters to 2.2 meters. An entry storage area was added by the door. The bathroom was moved to the half level to free up space for the kitchen. The kitchen grew from 1 square meter to 4 square meters, and a laundry area was added too. The remaining first floor space became the living room multifunction area. Then the closet room on the second floor was transformed into a 7 square meter 3-zone bathroom, with a 2.1 meter shower room, a 1.9 meter vanity, and a 1.82 meter toilet room. Even a 100 square meter home might not have this setup. The upstairs route was designed as a double-run staircase, creating an indoor loop circulation path. The original loft height ranged from 1.2 meters to 2.5 meters. After the loft floor was lowered to 2.2 meters, there was more walkable standing space on the second floor. The double-run staircase connects with the second floor slab, and work areas were added on both the first and second floors. The layout took a lot of brainpower, and the structural reinforcement was an even bigger investment. 3 new load-bearing columns were built into the 23 square meter home. Steel structures were used to build the floor, and I-beams were used as support beams, basically giving the home a full suit of armor. Rock solid. For a top-floor home, waterproofing and leak prevention were also key. Shi Nanxiao took advantage of a typhoon day and came over in heavy rain to check for leaks. He even sent up a drone to pinpoint any leak spots. Wherever it leaked, they fixed it. Just kidding, they fixed it even if it did not leak. During construction, the workers noticed the neighbors had been unusually quiet throughout the renovation, so to show their thanks, they also renovated the dark shared hallway while they were at it, and installed a skylight fixture. Now the neighbors no longer have to come home in the dark at night. Construction happened to overlap with Mid-Autumn Festival. The young couple brought mooncakes to the site to visit the workers. After that thoughtful gesture, the workers were full of motivation and finished the renovation in only 3 months. Before the makeover it was an ordinary tiny home. After the makeover it became bright, spacious and stylish. The sofa background wall in the living room is one huge mirror, which visually expands the sense of space and creates an eye-fooling effect. After old baby arrived, he first received a round of praise from the young couple, then began explaining the clever design details. First is the entryway. There are hidden coat hooks and a shoe changing bench. The shoe cabinet is also divided into upper and lower sections, matching each person's height, so one does not have to bend down and the other does not have to stand on tiptoe. That is what you call thoughtful customization. After the renovation, the living room works even harder. The raised design above the living room makes the space feel completely free of crampedness. The display shelves behind the sofa are filled with the couple's blind box collectibles, and there would still be room for 100 more. Of course, with so much stuff from the young couple, storage space also had to be plentiful. Wardrobes, built-in cabinets, wall cabinets, sofa cabinets and stair cabinets. However many cabinet combos you want, they have them. The coffee table is basically a transformer. Once unfolded it turns into a dining table, big enough for 6 people to eat hot pot together. When the dining table is put away and mats are laid down, they can also exercise here. The floor was also given a soundproof layer, so it will not disturb the downstairs neighbors. By the living room window is the female owner's office area. It is spacious, bright and has a great view. The kitchen has completely turned into a stay-at-home husband's paradise. In the 4 square meter space, washing, chopping, stir frying and cooking are all covered. The counter height is just right for Zihao. He no longer has to bend over awkwardly, and the range hood is no longer at head bumping height. Even takeout can be picked up directly through the window. It is basically a lazy person's dream. Before the renovation, Sure Nanchao planned around the couple's chore division and turned the lower ceiling area inside the kitchen into a laundry zone and dishwashing zone. The laundry and dishwashing that Xiao Su is responsible for can both be done here, with the dishwasher and washing machine. The second floor is the couple's main bedroom and the male owner's office area. The stool is hidden under the bed, and the height is just right. The low space beside the bed was turned into a large wardrobe set. Next to the wardrobe there is also a hidden ladder leading to the skylight. When they are bored they can climb up and look at the stars and count the moons. The skylight has electric curtains installed. Open them when you want and leave them open when you do not want to close them. The bathroom on the half level uses a 3-zone design. The first section is the shower area and washroom. Going down brings you to the toilet room. It also uses a double door loop circulation design, greatly easing the cramped feeling caused by the small space. Okay, this renovation cost 165,000 for hard finishes and 55,000 for soft furnishings, for a total of 255,000. Everyone, if the full score is 100 points, how many points would you give this makeover?